You are listening to a sneak preview of Angel, a Maximum Ride novel, written by James Patterson and read by Rebecca Soler.
Book 1. The Sky is Falling. Chapter 1. I know he'll come for me. He has to come for me. Fang wouldn't let me die here. I'd been in the cage for days. I couldn't remember eating. I couldn't remember sleeping. I was disoriented from all the tests and the needles and the acrid disinfectant smell that had permeated my entire childhood, growing up in a lab as an experiment. And here I was again, disoriented but still capable of a blinding rage. Fang hadn't come for me. I would have to save myself this time. You! Get back! The lab assistant's wooden billy club smashed against the door of the Great Dane-sized dog crate I was being held in every time I peered out through the front. With each strike, the door's hinges sustained more damage, right according to plan. Stealing my nerves, I again carefully pushed my fingers out through the bars of the crate and pressed my face against it. Timing was key. If I didn't pull back fast enough, the gorilla-like lab tech could easily crush my fingers or break my nose. I said, get back! He repeated. Smash. A split second after the club hit the weakened hinges, I kicked the door with every ounce of strength I had left. Hey! The lab tech's startled yell was cut short as I shot out of the crate, a rush of seriously ticked-off mutant freak, and launched a roundhouse kick to his head. I spun again, leaping onto a table to assess my adversary. Already a piercing klaxon was splitting the air. Shouts and pounding footsteps from the hallway added to the chaos. I grabbed onto a pipe on a low section of the ceiling, swung forward, and slammed my feet into a white lab-coated chest. The bully sank to his knees, unable to draw breath. This was the perfect time for me to run to the end of the table, jump off, and spread my wings. That's where the mutant freak part comes in. As hands reached for my bare feet, I shot upward, flying toward a small window high in the wall, then veered off path when a familiar dark shadow suddenly loomed. Fang! He was on the roof outside, watching through the window. My right wingman. I knew he'd come. He had my back, like 1,000 times before. He would always have my back, and I would always have his. With relief, I readied myself to crash through the glass. The room below me was now filled with shouting people. So long, suckers, I thought, as I aimed and got a flying start. I'd burst through quite a few windows in my 15-year life, and I knew it would hurt, but I also knew pain didn't matter. Escaping mattered. Wham! My right shoulder smashed against the glass, but it didn't break. I bounced off it and dropped hard, like a brick. Time slowed. I heard the pop of a tranquilizer gun and felt a dart pinch my leg as I crashed to the ground. Above me, Fang watched, expressionless. In disbelief, I realized that he wasn't here to help me after all. He wasn't going to break through the window to save me. I writhed on the shiny linoleum floor, losing consciousness. Fang didn't have my back. Not this time. I felt like I was falling again. Instinct made me scramble to grab onto something, anything. My fingers latched onto a small, hard branch. As I gasped for air, my eyes popped open, and I realized I was near the top of a tall pine tree. Not in a dog crate. Not back at the school. The late morning sun bathed the Arizona mountains in rosy light. It had been a nightmare. Or rather, a daymare. I inhaled deeply, feeling the icy claws of adrenaline still in my veins. Cold sweat tickled my forehead and back as I tried to calm down. It had just been a bad dream. I was free. I was safe. Except for the worst part of the dream, the one thing that had made everything else 1,000 times worse, The one thing that truly terrified and paralyzed me. Fang really was gone. He didn't have my back. Not in the dream. Not now. Never again.
Want to hear more of the Angel audiobook? Visit MaximumRide.com for an extended preview.